So recently, there's been talks of Sora being deconfirmed for Smash Ultimate as a DLC character. I originally was making this video when I started going this super long tangent and rant about all the characters who have a possible chance of getting in, and I wanted to focus on this one point here because it's kind of important to say, because the idea that Sora can't get in, I hear this a lot, and I make a lot of videos where I say I made a video before Smash came out, and it was called like Shantae, Paper Mario, and Isaac, or something like that, or Paper Mario, Isaac, Shantae, something like that. And I explained why none of those characters are going to be in the game. And I don't, I'm a small channel, so I wasn't met with much controversy. But I mean, I was completely correct. I mean, I called it before Isaac was announced as an assist trophy. I called it that those three are just never going to be in. And some people are still talking about Paper Mario having a chance because to them, Shantae and Isaac may have been deconfirmed because Shantae's a spirit already and Isaac is an assist trophy. But some people even still think Shantae has a chance. But, to me, I'm saying nope. Spirits are deconfirmed in my opinion because spirits, if a character gets in the game, they'll have more spirits. The thing about Paper Mario is that, the way I described it is that Paper Mario is just Mario in a different game. I've said this on many videos. Paper Mario is not a different Mario. He's literally Mario but in an RPG. And Mario is literally Mario but in a fighting game in Super Smash Bros. So you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not called Smash Mario, but the Mario from Smash is not the same Mario that jumps on Goombas in fucking every other real Mario game. So, just because Mario is in paper form doesn't mean anything. And I know it's kind of confusing because in Mario and Luigi, there's that Mario and Luigi Paper Jam game where Paper Mario is a playable character. And I know it's confusing, but the thing is that the Mario and Luigi in those games are also, Mario in an RPG. They play very similar to Mario RPG and Mario Paper Mario. So, yeah, that's just kind of how it is, guys. So well, all I'm really trying to say here is that like I'm I made another video later that was talking about Doom Guy and a few other DLC characters, and I basically said why they have no, they're not as nearly as likely as people say, and it's kind of bugging me that people still say these characters. And Doom Guy was my biggest one where I was like, there's just no way. He doesn't have the popularity. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody wanted him for Smash at all until some random leaker said it would happen. Like, it's just weird that people latch on to these leaks. And it's like the same time, no one really talked about Waluigi much. Waluigi wasn't someone that people really wanted until Daisy was put in. And then people were like, okay, well, why not Waluigi? No one really like Waluigi. Sakurai is completely correct when he says that people who want Waluigi are not sincere. No one would actually play as him, and his moveset would just be bad. Like, it's completely true. And the reason why Daisy works is because she's an echo of Peach. So while I want to make videos where I kind of lay out the facts and say, hey, some of your hopes and dreams are a little outlandish, a lot of people are saying the Sora hope and dream is outlandish. So what I want to do here is, I mean, I've already said before, Sora is completely possible, but there's a new piece of evidence against him. The new piece of evidence is that someone who worked on Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts games in the past, I think he worked on 3, but I don't think he was as big of in the position. I don't think he was as much in a leading role as he was in the past games. And it's not, it's not Nomura. It's not the guy responsible for Kingdom Hearts. Nomura's the guy that Sakurai talked to get Cloud in the game. If Sakurai and Nomura are friends now because of Cloud in Smash 4. So, again, if Sakurai wants a character and Nomura makes the character, Nomura's the owner of the character, it's very possible he could just go to, Nomura and be like, hey, can I get Sora now? It's like the most likely scenario. It's completely reasonable and fathomable. The only thing is that Disney are the ones who own the IP. It has nothing really to do with Square Enix because that's part of the deal. And Disney, I don't see why they would give a shit. I don't think they would really care at all if Sora was in Smash, because Nomura does so many weird things. You know, he puts little scene emo kids in his games. He dresses Mickey up like a scene emo kid. He, you know, the mobile games are just running rampant and going crazy. You know, I don't think Disney gives a shit what Square Enix does with the characters. You know, I really don't think they care. So if Nintendo had to get both the blessing of Square Enix and Disney, I think it's very possible and very easy that they could. And really, the fact that he's owned by Disney gives him even more credibility, because a lot of people are predicting Erdrick will possibly be in the game because, you know, Dragon Quest is a huge popular franchise that's Nintendo is kind of hyping up lately, you know, with all these Dragon Quest games coming to the Switch. So a lot of people are looking at that and saying, wow, Erdrick actually has a real fucking chance. You know, with all these Dragon Quest games coming out, with Square Enix pushing Dragon Quest more, you know, having a character that's like a blast from the past, which is what Smash has been doing more recently. Like, if you look at a character like Simon Belmont, or maybe even Snake, you know, Snake isn't based off of Metal Gear Solid 5. You know, Simon Belmont, it's not Gabriel Belmont from the new Castlevania games. No, it's the very classic Simon Belmont. And his art direction isn't even like the more anime inspired versions. It's straight up like classic box art NES, Super Castlevania 4, SNES style Simon Belmont. And even Richter is his more old school design. He was also redesigned later on the PSP era. And again, no, they're going with their more old school designs. So it would make sense to pick an old school character. Again, same with Final Fantasy. They picked Cloud because that's a very popular character, and they want the original design. That's what they do. They try to make the actual game character back from that game look like how he is, you know, how he would be now. Like, that's what they do. They're not trying to redesign the characters, because that's not the point of Smash. Smash is about celebrating what you know. You know Mario. He looks like Mario. He jumps like Mario. Shoots fireballs like Mario. That's the point. So when you pick Cloud, you don't want the Advent Children Cloud, who has double swords and, you know, has, you know, all these other weird abilities. You want straight up default Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. You know, that's what you want. You don't want anime Simon Belmont, who has like a black leather whip. You want old school Simon Belmont, who has the Morning Star, you know, like the giant chain mace ball whip. That's what you want, you know? So, and that's what you get. So when it comes to putting in a Dragon Quest character, Erdrick would be a perfect choice. He's a blast from the past. You could make him have his older school design. You could, you know, even incorporate the male and female versions. You know, his Final Smash, he has like a special armor that he has in the games or something like that. You know, there's a lot of things with Dragon Quest that could easily work here for a moveset for Final Smash, and because it's Dragon Quest, it's more text-based game. They could easily make a very unique playstyle for this character, and most times DLC characters have really crazy new unique styles. It's something I've been saying. They're not going to just put a character in the game just because it works. Like when you look at Joker, the reason why he's in the game is because they could use the Persona style to change up his gameplay. And it's not quite how anyone predicted. A lot of people predicted it'd be more like he would have an SP bar and he'd have to charge his magic, and his different attacks would be different personas. Or some people guessed he would have changing personas. And no, they just made it to where he only fights with his default persona, which is not really accurate to how Persona 5 is at all. But you know, Sakurai was like, no, but this will work for this character, so I'm doing it. So, and in a way, you know, yeah, I mean, really, no. The fact that Joker has the gauge, that it's like a limit bar, and his persona comes out, that actually is so inaccurate to Persona 5. It makes no sense. But it looks cool in the fighting game. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to do quirky stuff with these characters because they don't want to just make, you know, the same character. Otherwise, there's no point. Otherwise, you might as well just make some more Echo Fighters. You know, there's no point in doing all this. So, yeah, so what we're getting now is, you know, we don't know who the next character is going to be, but E3's right around the corner. E3's like next week. So we're going to find out, like, literally, like, on Tuesday, I think, we're going to find out. And we could possibly even see a Microsoft character during the Microsoft press conference. So could either be, yeah, we could see Microsoft or Nintendo reveal a character. We might get two more characters. You know, it's going to change everything, and this video is going to be irrelevant really fast. But I just want to say that even if Erdrick comes in the game, Sora still has a chance of coming in the game as well. Okay? Now, I know a lot of people might be saying one Square Enix character is already unlikely, right? In fact, when you really think about it, it really hurts both Erdrick and Sora's credibility big time. The fact that Square Enix does not really like to play ball with Smash. The fact that Cloud got no additional spirits for Final Fantasy VII, no additional music for Final Fantasy VII, really is confusing and puzzling. It makes a lot of people think. This is why people started thinking about Sephiroth, because if Sephiroth is put into the game, then there could be more spirits from FF7, there could be more music from FF7, and maybe a whole other stage from FF7 could be kind of cool. But I don't think they're going to go for Sephiroth. However, I'm not saying it's completely unquestionable and out of the realm of possibility. Most other characters don't really have the position of having another character from their same franchise because of the way the music and the spirits work in this game. Sephiroth is like one of the only characters from Final Fantasy, from any of the games. Sephiroth is one of the only characters from any game character in all of Super Smash Bros. Who can kind of fit this role of being another character from the same game that's only introduced later on as DLC. He's the only character that could possibly work for. And at the same time, I think he's the third most likely, with Sora being second and Erdrick being first. And I mean it. I think Chrono from Chrono Trigger is incredibly unlikely and not going to happen. And I don't know why people are saying that. I don't think Chrono has a chance. I think it has more to do with. I think Dragon Quest has a much bigger chance. I think Sephiroth has a much bigger chance. But really, I think it's really coming down to Erdrick and Sora. But just because some guy at doing a talk for a university says no, when asked, that doesn't actually mean anything. And I'm surprised people thought it meant anything at all in the first place. You see, the thing is that it's not on video, it's on text. But I'm not saying the guy didn't ask the question and the guy didn't actually say no back. I'm not saying this is made up. But I'm saying we don't know if the guy was smiling, laughing. We don't know what his reaction was when he was asked if Sora was in Smash. We don't know, really. All we know is he said no. And there's not much to go off of that. But also, he's not going to say, I can't speak about that, or I don't know. He can't say, I don't know. He can't say anything, okay? And that's the problem, is when you're asked these kind of questions, you have only so many things you can do. And a lot of them will break an NDA agreement. Like, oh, yeah, it'll just break an agreement. So, like, you can't just say maybe, So it makes sense. Like, no matter what, he would pretty much have to say no. And also, this was not like a planned interview with Kotaku or whatever. This was not a planned interview with, anyone. This was just a random question that some guy asked because he knew he worked on Kingdom Hearts. And there's a very, very legit chance that Sora could be in Kingdom Hearts as DLC. So this is a guy who's probably like, if I just tell this one kid no, then the problem goes away right there. It doesn't matter if I lied to this one kid, and then the kid talked about it on Twitter, or whatever. He talked about it online on whatever. So it doesn't. I mean, to me, I don't think it means jack shit. Like, it doesn't mean jack shit to me. Now, I'm not saying that. So again, I want to make it very clear that I'm not a stand for Sora and saying Sora's happening. I 100% guarantee Sora's happening. I actually don't think Sora is super likely, mainly because I think Erdrick is more likely, and a Square Enix character at all is not the most likely, because it's hard to judge. When you look at why Cloud doesn't have content, it's really hard to judge why that happened. We won't know until maybe the next game. When the next game comes out, maybe then Sakurai will do an interview where he'll finally say, why Cloud is the way he is. He might not say. And the reason why he can't really say anything is because if he says too much, that completely destroys predictions for those characters. So he's not going to talk about anyone involving Square Enix, because if he says Square Enix is just outright right now, then that's going to change everyone's speculation videos, and everyone's going to start saying, oh, we can discount Erdrick and Sora, now we can talk more focus on characters like Leon and Lloyd, because if there's going to be one less sword character, then we could have another sword character for our DLC predictions. So maybe Lloyd will be in the game, stuff like that. So he's not going to say outright, why there's so little Final Fantasy VII content. Was it really a bad deal with Square Enix, or what was the deal? Or was it a bad deal with the people behind the music for Final Fantasy, and the people behind the music for Dragon Quest might be a little different, and it has nothing to do with Square Enix. I mean, after all, Square Enix agreed to put Cloud in the fucking game. How mad can they be? It's like if the deal went poorly, then Cloud just wouldn't have been in the game, But they made it work. Cloud's in the game. So yeah, at the end of the day, here we are. So in my honest opinion, do I think Sora is getting in? I can't say no, but I can't say yes either. It's one of those characters I'm not that confident on. Uh, to me, if you asked me a few months ago, I would have said Sora is way more popular than Erdrick, and Kingdom Hearts is way more popular than Dragon Quest. But really, when you look at what they've been doing recently with Dragon Quest, it actually makes a lot of sense. Dragon Quest is a big franchise they're really trying to push, and there's been more efforts to push it in the West and not just only in Japan. But in Japan, it's fucking huge. I mean, some of you guys really don't believe it, but there is a Slime PS4. That was like a launch thing. There was like a Slime PS4 that came out that you could buy only in Japan. Some people act like it's really really unpopular, and it kind of it really is. It really has a chance of being in the game. And I know some people might say, yeah, but there's also complicated issues, just like how Final Fantasy was, because the way Square Enix does things. And I just feel like it's the same thing when I talk about Kingdom Hearts. If Sakurai and Nintendo want to make it happen, and there's a possible chance to make it happen, it'll probably happen. But when you also look at the fact that there was Dragon Quest character in the latest Jump Force game, how fucking hard could it be? How fucking hard can it be to get this fucking character? I mean, they got it in Jump Force. It can't be that fucking hard. And they got that guy in Jump Force, right? And it's like, okay, so clearly there's a demand for Dragon Quest content. So I don't know. I just think that Erdrick has a higher chance than Sora. But that's the only reason why I would say Sora might not get into Smash. If it wasn't for Erdrick, if it wasn't for Dragon Quest, we might not even get Erdrick. We might get some other Dragon Quest character, but I just doubt it's gonna be Slime. Like people were saying that for like one whole month straight, and it was driving me crazy. But there's a very possible chance that we'll get Dragon Quest character, and because of that, we won't get Sora. Because to me, I feel like if we get another Square Enix character, that's gonna really hurt Sora's possibility. But it's not that it's completely, it doesn't completely delete his possibility even then. It could still happen, and that's what's crazy. Like Sora, I said before, until all 5 characters are out, I'm going to always be predicting Sora as a possible character. I'm always going to be watching reveal videos thinking, is it going to be Sora? Is it going to be Sora? Is it going to be Sora? And so is it going to be Sora? I don't know, man, but it's not impossible. It is likely. What is impossible and not likely is probably Porky from Mother 3 / Earthbound franchise, whatever. I don't know why people, the leak that's going around is so incredibly fake looking. I don't know why people think it's real at all. It's the most fake looking bullshit I've ever seen in my life. So I laugh at that, and I'm just shocked that you guys believe that. But man, we are almost here. We are almost here to where we're about to see the possibility of Erdrick and Banjo in Smash. I'm probably going to stop making some of these if blank is in Smash until after E3, because it's going to narrow down the results big time, and also it's going to show what's possible and what we're looking for here. I mean, if Erdrick and Banjo both aren't announced at E3, then, I'm going to be really surprised. Not that they both can't, not that I'm saying both will be announced at E3, but I am honestly predicting they'll show 2 characters at E3, and I'm predicting that one of them will be a Microsoft character. That's just what I'm predicting, because E3 is just where you show off big hype shit. So yes, I understand Animal Crossing is a thing, but I just think that there's going to be something. I mean, I honestly think that Master Chief has a real chance of getting in, and that will make Banjo not happen. But if they're going to announce Master Chief, they have to at E3. The craziest, the Microsoft crossover character, if there's going to be one, it's going to be during E3, in my opinion. I really don't see it happening during Evo or during Game Awards again or something else at the end of the year. I really, and unless the final character isn't announced in the Game Awards comes up, then I'll say maybe at the Game Awards. But honestly, E3 is when that affects stock market shit like crazy, man. Like people watch E3 presentations, and even if Nintendo shows off some good, promising games, if the fan reaction of a presentation is bad, even if the fans are just being stupid and saying where's Animal Crossing and where's Metroid, stock prices will literally go down for Nintendo, even if, in my opinion, they showed good things. You know, like when they showed off Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, stock prices went down. It was like, are you fucking stupid? And then when the game came out, stock prices went up again because fucking, of course they did, because everyone was buying a fucking Switch. Because after that Nintendo E3, when they showed Smash, a lot of my friends started buying Switches. Actually, my friend bought a Switch right after they showed Castlevania for Smash. So like, that's the thing, man. Like, that is baffling to me. So yeah, I mean, I really think that we're getting some of this content. I really think we're getting something big announced E3, probably Microsoft related, and I'm probably not going to make any videos until E3 happens. Some games I know are already announced, like Resident Evil 3 Remake and stuff like that. So, and Marvel's Avengers game that's made by Square Enix, and all that stuff's really hype, and I'm really happy. And of course, we're going to see Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which is super fucking dope, and we're going to probably see what Tifa looks like finally, which I know some people are trying to make that out to be controversial. She'll probably look accurate. I mean, look at Ares. Look how fucking amazing she looks. And Barrett looked really good too. They've been showing like one character at a time. They're probably going to show fucking Tifa and Red and maybe even Yuffie and maybe they'll show all the characters. But they're going to at least show one more. We're probably going to see some like fucking iconic FF7 moments during E3. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna see some cool shit. Okay, E3 is always where cool shit happens. So that's what we're getting now, and so we're gonna know the next character for Smash. I can guarantee you, the next character for Smash will be announced at E3. I can fucking guarantee you. And some people are saying like, "Oh man, we waited 6 years for Joker." Or maybe, or we waited 5 years for 5 years. We waited 5 months for Joker. I'm sorry, I said years instead of months. We waited 5 months for Joker, and it took forever, and we had no gameplay. Then when we finally got gameplay, he just came out, and it's like, yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, you didn't actually wait that long because you actually got Piranha Plant in like February, and then you got Joker like 2 months after that. You know, you got him like April, right? Yeah, so like the next character happening in June makes a ton of sense. So we'll probably get a character literally like next week or the end of June. Might show a character announcement, and then the character will come out at the end of June. I remember when Ryu came out, Lucas, and Roy, all three came out like that fucking day. So yeah, I mean, it's like the DLC for Smash could happen literally fucking Tuesday next week, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, or whatever, you know. And so then we'll talk about if Sora is completely out of it for Smash, because for all we know, Sora might fucking appear in Smash during this E3, because they're gonna have to show something pretty hype, especially if they don't do a Microsoft crossover character. It's got to be a really fucking hype character. So, and I think that Sora would do big in both America and Japan, and I think Erdrick would do big in Japan. However, because this is a Japanese game, maybe doing big in Japan is all that really matters, especially because people already bought the fighter pass, and also, you know, if Sakurai likes to, I mean, Sakurai doesn't care. Sakurai put Corrin in, and no one was happy about that. And he's like, I don't care. I want Corrin. You know, he's like, I like Corrin. I like Fire Emblem. I hope you guys like Fire Emblem too. And then we're just like, no, we don't. And no one even liked Fire Emblem Fates. So we were just like, nope, you were wrong, Sakurai. But yeah, I mean, either way, Erdrick or Sora, I think both have a chance. You know, I think Dragon Quest and Kingdom Hearts both have a possible chance. But I definitely will not agree that someone saying to some random French kid, Sora is not going to be in Smash Ultimate just because he was asked. I don't think that means shit. I don't think that matters at all. I would need way more clear evidence against Sora before I would possibly make a video saying Sora's not happening. I was sad when that happened. I was sad when I read that. But when I really thought about it and realized it doesn't really matter that someone said no to some kid, it changes everything. I mean, kudos to the kid for asking the question. That's ballsy, and that was really cool of him. And I think it shows that people know that Sora is wanted in Smash. And I think Square Enix and Nintendo would both probably know that anyway. So we'll see what we get. But either way, we're probably getting a super hype character because it's E3. It's gonna be the next character revealed for sure. So yeah, that's my predictions. And boy, like I'm fucking pumped, dude. So we'll see what happens. Well, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna end it right here. So yep, I'll see you guys on the next one.